They put a little weld here, 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 and here on this outer flange, and I think that's what holds this on. And then this piece, it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 spot welds, and I'll drill those to break this loose from these panels, because all 3 of these we're going to have to modify. Well, this upper piece I don't think we'll have to modify much, but these 2 pieces we'll have to modify to fit on as a B pillar mount instead of an A pillar mount. But they did clean up pretty decent. I'll show you the other one. They cleaned up pretty nice. There you can see spot weld, spot weld, spot weld, spot weld, tack weld, tack weld, tack weld, tack weld. All right, start drilling some rivets out, and I'll bring you back here in just a little bit. We drilled out the rivets, ground down the welds there and there, and pulled this piece off. This is the passenger side. And then this is the upper wing. I'm going to see if we can't get that loose. Alright, I just took my, I think this is a drywall tool, scraper or something, but it works real good to get underneath there. And now we're going to peel the wing off. The wing is coming off. So now we have all 3 pieces loose that we can start fitting this as a B pillar mount. One thing you're going to have to do if you mount this to try to get your measurement pretty darn close is this part of your mount right up here is 3 3/4 inch, and we want to be dead center to get our measurement. And I measured, I think it was 36 1/4 or 36 1/2, something like that. So what we're going to do, since this piece runs parallel all the way up to the front mount, is I'm going to mark this 3 3/4 so I know where center is, so I know where to measure from this center to my center here to match my inboard marking that I figured out, sort of figured out. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you think so far. So let's go ahead and mark this 3 3/4 so we can get our center. So we got 3 3/4. It's right there. So now we got to do arithmetic. 1 1/2 plus 5/8. 1 2 3 4. That's not right. So 1/2 of 3/4 is 3/8. Sorry, 1 1/2 and 3/8. 1 2 3/8 would be right. Well, that's not right. I thought that was centered. I think it is. All right. So now, like I said, if you do this on your own crew cab, take your own measurements. I don't do as good a tutorials as Daddy does, and I definitely don't do as good a tutorials as Bad Treat Productions. But Jeremy does have some pretty cool looking TTI ceramic coated, polished swivel exhaust. How do those not leak? I don't know. I guess I could go to the website and read about it. But that's for the valiant effort that he's making. They wouldn't work on a Cummins. But let's get back to what I was doing. So, roughly. So if we come out here, 1 3/8. Just, I think add that to your measurement and deduct it. Sorry, I got arthritis in my hip and arthritis in my left knee, so it's hard for this fat ass to move around. All right. So if I come out, oh, I need to add it. So we're gonna come 36, I think we'll we're not welding it in yet because I'll double check my measurement on the frame before this all gets permanent. But if I'm a little to the right or a little to the left, except for this flange joint right here, ow, those are sharp. I can go left or right just a little bit. So we got 36.5, which is right there. And we're gonna add 1.5 inches, which is right there. And then we're gonna add 3/8. 1, 2, 3/8. So this is roughly my center point. Well, I'll be this is roughly going to be our center point. It's pretty close to this hole here, Daddy. But like I said, make your own measurements if you do this to the Mega Cod. But I noticed, can you believe it? There's a manufacturing defect on this perfect cab. If you look up here, see how they spot welded those two together? That's your spine right up there. And right there, there's 2 spot welds, and there's 4 spot welds on the underside. This side, there's 4 crummy spot welds here. And they didn't spot weld this. Can you believe it? Oh my God, I wonder if that's under warranty. Holy mackerel. I can't believe it. There's a defect. Holy smokes. Now, what this lets us do, here's our bat wing. We can set this now right here. Gotta fall way over there. Now, can you guys see that? you know, we'll play around and get this kind of straight here as we go. But let me get you a little better. All right, here's part of our B-pillar mount. Now we're gonna have to fit this behind there. Looks like we're gonna have to trim that tab a little bit, maybe. Or we can bring the wing up. But that, see how that doesn't sit up there flush? And we're gonna have to, get that camera here. We're gonna have to account for this too. Here's the passenger inboard part of the mount that would go up here for the other side. But this is what we started with. And I went and beat on the driver's side for a little while with a hammer. And this is what you're going to end up with. You're going to flatten out that curved and this bottom curve that went from the floor pan to the firewall. And of course, you can tell it's got a little odd curve to it. And when you're beating it out, don't forget to grind the welds off, Duddy, like I did, so that you have two little mounds that you got to beat back flat. And you want to beat this back flat because we want to match this side with these, or with what's left here. So we're going to end up coming across here flat, so we sit on the floorboard flat. We're going to have to notch it here to account for this rib in the floor pan. And you want to make sure this stays flat, this stays flat, and your surface is back flat. It took a while to get that curve speed out of it. I had to beat the hell out of it too. So here's the difference between the two, what it was and what you end up with. It's going to take a while to kind of work all this out because I only have two to work with, so I don't want to foobar it. So you get the idea. That's what we're working with, and that's what we're going to flatten out to make our B-pillar mount. Turn an A-pillar mount into a B-pillar mount. By the way, there's speculation that I might be trolling Duddy. I wouldn't do that. Duddy and I are building crew cabs at the same time, along with Decent Garage, who has 4 crew cabs. Can you believe it? 4 crew cabs. I'm still working on the first. Duddy's still working on the Mega Cod. I can't believe it. Tim has 4 crew cabs. Tim, you're going to want to watch this. You're going to want B-pillar mounts. You have 4 crew cabs. That's 8 of these you have to build, Tim. It's for safety. You have 11 kids to put in those crew cabs. And with 13 kids and 4 crew cabs, you want to make sure they're safe. It'll take you time to build these, you know, with 22 kids and all, but tune in next time when I start working on that. We're going to do the same thing to the inboard. See, it's got a curve. We got to beat that curve out of it. We'll be right back.